morning, guys.
Good morning.
So your name, last name, and a little bit about yourselves.
I'm Trevor Peters. I'm an Army veteran after 10 years, father of two, and husband to my wonderful wife, Stephanie.
I'm Stephanie Peters. I've been a stay-at-home mom for the last 10 years.
Well, I think it had always been a dream of mine to serve in the military in some capacity. I think, protecting others has always been something that is at the forefront of my mind. It's how I was raised by my dad with my sisters at first, then in the Army as a military police officer, and then now even in cybersecurity. It's a different kind of protection, but that's who I am, and that's what I do. And it's something that was, always what I was thinking about in seeking out a home. So I need to have a place where my family's going to be safe and have peace, and that's what we found. I think the main concern was, initially was cost. That was, that's the biggest fear, is that what can we afford? But you guys made that, a really early priority in putting on the table exactly what our options were. And then I think after that, it was the timeline. How quickly can we get somewhere? Can we get our family started again in this new chapter of our life? And then the process went pretty quick. And when roadblocks popped up, you guys just knocked them down with extreme expertise and professionalism that are definitely going to be what I remember from this experience and the next time that we're looking for a home purchase. Dave is definitely really good at translating that stuff. He definitely has mastered like squeezing the juice out of it into taking a 50-page document and just highlighting really quickly, here's what's important, here's what you need to be taking away from this, and what I remember the most is that with both you and Dave is like either here's the answer to your question, or I don't know, I'll find the answer to your question, and then executing on that. I think it's it's up in the air on whether or not a seller is going to want to deal with the VA process, and I think that you were definitely a really critical asset in fighting for us to make sure that we were, being heard and being seen, and not just being thrown towards the bottom of the stack. And yeah, I think that, having you as the voice of our family and what we needed is,
Huge.
Look where we ended up.
Yeah.
Lovely. And obviously, we were able to negotiate $11,000 towards your closing costs, right? What did that mean for your family's budget and peace of mind overall?
Yeah, it was massive. It was a super helpful negotiation process that you put together for us. Not having to worry about having exactly enough to walk in the door and having that shifted onto the seller's responsibility was, it was major. It was super important. It helped our family get into our home.
Well, getting our keys was really exciting. The day we got our keys was very exciting. Honestly, the entire process was very exciting. We lived in military housing for 10 years. And although for chunks of time over those 10 years, like that was our home, or that was the house we lived in, I would say. It wasn't necessarily like our home. We didn't get to add personal touches to it. We didn't get to paint the walls, you know, and it always felt temporary. And then the process of getting to go look at homes and kind of envision ourselves there, and it was all very exciting. And then once we like put in our offer and it got approved and all that, and then the day that I met you and we got our keys, and I got to walk in here, and then I immediately went to Sherwin-Williams and bought paint. And it was very, very exciting. I just wanted to say that I really appreciated when we were in the looking process how candid you were about things that, because this was our first time ever looking at homes. So there were so many things that we were unaware of or ignorant to, and you know, us were like, oh, this is like, this could be exciting, this place looks cool, and you were so just like, but you know, like, what's behind these walls, like, you don't know, this is the oldest dishwasher to ever exist, you know, like that sort of thing. And that was, I really appreciated your honesty and how, you know, forward you were with like, I know you're excited, but we have to consider this. And that was really helpful to us because we can get blinded by flashy things sometimes and not really know the under the surface issues that could be. And I just wanted to say that I really appreciated that.
If you find yourself having to continue looking stuff up or finding out what XYZ means after you've already begun working with your team, you know, that's potentially an indicator you might want to shop around for your team. Because as soon as I found the team that I worked with, you know, there weren't questions I had to ask twice.